All right, so early in the week, we had a swap of former All-Star guards. James Harden, 36 years old, headed to Cleveland. Darius Garland, 26 years old, headed to the LA Clippers. It's a fascinating deal for a lot of reasons. To me, it symbolized the Cavaliers just pushing their chips in. Like, you know what? We're terrified Donovan Mitchell's going to say no to a contract extension. We got to go better than the second round of the playoffs, deeper than the second round of the playoffs. James Harden is the ultimate wild card, but we think he is someone that can get us there more than Darius Garland can. And for the Clippers, when you're 17-4 over the last 21 with James Harden in the lineup, you're all of a sudden saying, you know what, we're going to go in a different direction. And as we'll get to in a little bit, we're going to start the reboot process of this team. So, Grant, what did you think of this trade from both sides?
This one is just such an interesting trade. It's very rare that you have two guys that are really good players to be that big of an age difference that are just being straight up traded for each other. And they play the same position. So it is just a rare trade. You know, for me, I think it was an actual no-brainer for the Clippers, personally. I understand why some people are down about Darius Garland for a multitude of reasons, but I don't think the fit with him in Cleveland was right. And so if you're the Clippers, you're taking a guy who's a two-time All-Star who's still young, and like what are the chances the Clippers were able to do something like this without picks and all that? So I actually like the move for them, and I think it's worth working with Ty Lue and trying to bring out the most out of Darius Garland. I think it's absolutely worth the flyer. For James Harden and the Cavs, if it's purely just trying to make Donovan Mitchell happy, I get it. You got to do what you got to do. Do I worry about the fit? Yeah, it's a little awkward fit to me. But, you know, James Harden is best with the balls in hand. And I know people are going to talk about the stagger. And so when Mitchell's off the court, Harden can do his thing. And they're right. They're right. That will work. But I would say, you know, for a lot of the game, they play together out there. And I do worry about that. I did really like their move of Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder. I personally thought that was a very smart move. You got to just lengthen your rotation. You cannot be too starter heavy. And I think they did a really good job of bringing some pieces that can really help them win. The Harden one, again, it's a hard fit for me. And I'm not going to sit here and say I know what's going to happen. And I'm not going to sit here and say that's a bad move or a good move. And I know that's just the easy way out. It is a very much a wait and see type move. For people that are like, oh, this is a great move to solidify for the playoffs, then you just have not been watching James Harden in his career. So again, it's more of a wait and see. Can he be the third or fourth guy on this team and be that guy? That'd be great. But in his career, he needs that ball in his hand. So it's gonna be interesting, let's say.
Kenny Atkinson was pretty honest about this last night when he was talking with us about this trade. He was, he loved Darius Garland personally. Like, that was one of his all-time favorite players who's now gone. So it was emotional for him. And he was upfront. He's like, we're going to be very different. Harden doesn't play fast. The Cavs like to get out and run. They had that youth. They would want to get out and move. That's not the way Harden plays. And now you've got him dominating the ball. He is a great passer. It's actually going to be great for like Jared Allen and Evan Mobley when he comes back. It'll be good for them, but they're realizing that this is not going to look the same. That what they've been doing doesn't work. He was talking about going back and talking to Mike D'Antoni, who was Harden's coach in Houston. Hey, how did you use him? How did we set this up? How did you get other guys involved? How do we make this work? He's trying to find a way, but it's going to be radically different for them. And to your point, you get to the playoffs, yeah, you can stagger them, but they're going to play 30 minutes a game together, give or take. Like, they're going to spend a lot of time on the court together, and it's going to be they've got time to work it out, but it's just not a natural fit, and I'm not convinced. And that's not even counting the 2 games in the series James Harden is not going to show up for.
I think Garland's health played a lot into this. He missed the first 6 games of the season coming off the toe surgery. He's missed the last, whatever it is, mid-January with another toe injury. Since he's been back, he has not been the player we saw last year, only about 18 points per game, as there's been a ramp up for him trying to get him all the way back. I think there, understandably, was concern in that Cavaliers front office about whether or not he'd even be available in the playoffs. And if he's not available, you're not beating anybody in the playoffs. So they went out there and were looking for upgrades. Harden is the ultimate wild card, right? And if I'm Kenny Atkinson, the first thing I'm looking at is that minutes number on Harden and the games played number on Harden. Because among the reasons that he flames out in the postseason is he's gassed. His gas tank goes to empty. And this season with the Clippers, he was playing the most minutes per game of any season with the Clippers. Any of the 3 seasons that he's played there. You've got to ramp him back. You've got to keep him at around 30 minutes. And they've done this, right, with Donovan Mitchell last year. And they've been pretty good at keeping the workload light enough on their guys. But no back-to-backs for James Harden. Keep those minutes load down. Don't go out there. I mean, last year they went for the number 1 seed. They were just going all out, trying to win every possible game. You've got to rein it in a little bit with James Harden if you're going to hope to get the very best out of him. But I do agree that, like, the Cavs have just the kind of big men that should play exceptionally well next to James Harden. Like, it's no secret, or I don't think it's a coincidence that Joel Embiid won MVP while James Harden was on the team. Clint Capella had great years with James Harden in Houston. Zubac became a star last year, one of the best players at his position with James Harden down there in LA. I think he maximizes the potential of young athletic bigs, and the Cavs got 2 of them. So it's a big swing because Harden does not have the greatest history in the postseason, but I think they're better today with Harden than they were a week ago with Darius Garland.
Okay, guys. Harden partially wanted this because the Clippers were not thrilled about extending him. In fact, he's only 13.3 guaranteed next year. I'm sure they picked that up in Cleveland.
I think there's probably a wink, nod.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yeah.
How long are you willing to give him? Maybe a couple of years. Like, are you willing to extend him?
No. I would not. I'd pay him for next year. Like, look, you're all in with Mitchell now anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I would do it for next year, but like a 2-year or a 3-year deal. I don't know, but no, it's a hard pass for me.
Yeah, as long as this is just about next year, and then you can figure it out from there. But it's a risky play. It's a play they're going to make. You know, if it flames out really quickly or if things go south, that's a very bad thing for Donovan Mitchell there too. So it's a risk. It's a risk they're taking. Again, everything you guys said is spot on. It's a wild card. It could help these bigs. James Harden's gone close many times. Gone close. He ran into a Warriors team that was really good. Yep. He's gone close. That's not his fault that that they had one of the best teams of all time playing against him. When he's in the Western Conference Finals, those Nets teams, they were 1 toe away from Kevin Durant from being in the final. Like, he's gone close. So again, I don't want to always blame James Harden for some playoff issues, but there happens to always be this cloud around him, and it'll be interesting the way that they can make it work. So we'll see.
Yeah, that Philadelphia-Boston series, the last one for Harden and Philly, that sticks in my head. That was not a good James Harden series. No.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.